Good morning, class. My name is Teacher Mark, and today's lesson is creative writing. So on the screen you can see two quotes. The first quote is by Anton Chekhov, and he says, "Don't tell me the moon is shining, show me the glint of light on broken glass." And the second quote is by Beatrix Potter. "There is something delicious about writing the first words of a story. You never know where they'll take you." So, what is creative writing? Creative writing is using your imagination to invent characters, settings, and plots, fostering a love of storytelling and self-expression. We use words to convey emotion or feeling. And in creative writing, you have the freedom to write stories, poems, letters, and even scripts for your own movies. So today we're going to write a story. It's called A Day at the Wacky Restaurant. And the objective today is to encourage creative thinking, to invent and describe a fun, imaginative restaurant adventure using descriptive language, original characters, character creation, sensory detail such as smell and taste, story structure, which is beginning, middle, end, and of course creativity. So we're going to have a little warm up here for 5 minutes. So I'd like you to work in pairs. This is an open chat just to spark your imagination, your vocabulary, and your ideas. So I want you to talk with your partner about your favourite foods, why it's your favourite foods. Have you ever had a funny, strange, or unusual experience at a restaurant? If you could invent a restaurant, what would it serve? What would it look like? What would be on the menu? What would make it completely different from any other restaurant in the world? And I would encourage you to use silly or magical ideas. An example could be a spaghetti slide, flying pizza drones, waiters on roller skates, invisible foods, waiters who sing your order, dessert only menu, but use your imagination to come up with some ideas. 5 minutes. Okay, class, we're going to look at adjectives or descriptive language. As you can see on the screen, there's an old boat in some stormy weather, and there are some key words here, such as navigate, turbulent ocean, a barrage, storm. There'll be a captain on the ship. It could devastate the ship. There could be an imminent danger. There's debris. It's menacing. There's going to be a warning about how dangerous it could be, and the location, which is obviously the ocean. The second picture is a boy on the moon, in the sky, amongst the clouds. And as you can see, there are balloons and clouds and birds. And some of the key words are hover, precarious, seems a little unsafe on that moon, you could slip off. It's an adventure. It's breathtaking. Imagination, someone has used their imagination to picture this idea. It's their vision. The boy, and we have been transported to a dream world or a magical kingdom. It's quite peculiar as well because it doesn't seem real. And the boy is soaring on the moon in the sky. So we're going to watch a short video about story writing which will give you the structure of story, how to write a story from the beginning to the middle and the end, which is a conclusion. Okay, class, we're going to watch a short film now. It's about a little boy who loves watermelons, and he wants to eat this watermelon, but his mother gives him a warning about the seeds in the watermelon. And I'd like to watch this, and then we'll have a discussion about what happens at the beginning of the story, how the boy feels, and the warning he's given, what happens in the middle of the story, and how the story ends. So the boy is given a watermelon, but also given a warning from his mother. Because he likes watermelons so much, his mother says, don't eat the seeds because the seeds may grow on you and you will become a watermelon. So that's the beginning. In the middle of the story, he's in school and some of the leaves and the parts of the watermelon start coming out of him, and then at the end of the story, the conclusion, he actually becomes a watermelon. So it's quite a funny little story with a really interesting plot in it, and someone has used their imagination, and which is what I would like you to do next. For 10 minutes, I have something for you that I need you to do. I need you to think about what would happen if you walked into a brand new restaurant and it was a restaurant that you invented. It's like unlike any other place in the world. So I would like you to think about what it looks like inside, what's on the menu, who are the staff, and what surprises happen during your visit. And don't forget to include a description of the setting. For instance, what are the sounds that you can hear? What can you see? The sights, the smells. Try and include a funny or unexpected event. For instance, singing soup. And if you can include a short plot, for instance, you would arrive at the main event. There could be a surprise or a challenge that happens when you're at the restaurant, and think about the ending. Give you 10 minutes. Okay, class, something I'd like you to add to this. The short story is called A Day at the Wacky Restaurant. You arrive at the restaurant that you created. You've described what you smell, what you taste, what you hear, how you feel. We've met the chefs, the waiters, maybe even the customers. They could have unique personalities and a few surprises. So what I would like you to add to your story is descriptive language, like adjectives to paint a picture of the setting. You know, is it green inside? Is it small? Is it large? I would like you to look at your characters, your original characters. Give your chef, the waiter, or customers a quirky personality. Add some dialogue, some words. More sensory details about the food, how to taste and smell. What do you see and touch? What is around you as you sit down? It should have a beginning when you arrive, a middle, that could be a problem or something that surprises you in the restaurant, and an ending, how it all wraps up. And remember, the most important thing you have to use is your imagination. Try and include humour, unexpected events, or even a silly mystery that needs to be solved. 10 minutes, thank you. And while you're working, I'm going to give you some prompts that you can use to get you started. One could be, I opened the golden menu and couldn't believe what I saw. Our waiter skated across the floor holding a tray of flying tacos. The chef leaned over and whispered, "Don't eat the jelly, unless you want to turn invisible." Don't forget to use adjectives and sensory details and organise your story in 3 parts: beginning, middle, and end. There's an example on the screen for you to have a look at. The sun dazzled in the sky above Siam Paragon on yet another splendid hot summer day. Slumped against the wall, 10-year-old Aaron flicked lazily through his favourite game, Candy Crush Saga, on his broken mobile phone. His green hair flopped over his tired brown eyes as he yawned. Suddenly, he remembered. Something for you to read on the screen. Give your story a title that makes a reader want to read the story. The Bear and the Cheeseburger. The story needs a beginning to introduce the characters and setting. Write in paragraphs based on separate sections of the story, themes, or characters. Write a build-up to give hints and clues about what is going to happen. Write a dilemma where a problem is introduced in the story. Give the story an ending or a resolution to draw the story to a close and a dilemma is resolved. Use expanded noun phrases to describe parts of the story, e.g. the fluffy white cat. I've printed these off and I will give everyone a copy and leave on your desks. Okay class, well done. Well done, good work, really good listening. I have some worksheets here I would like you to do. It's a picture of 2 children, a boy and a girl. The girl is reading a comic book and the boy has his foot on a football and they're in some waste ground. And there's a word bank there for you with words such as book, brother, carpet, cluttered, kicking, sitting, sister, waste ground, rubbish. I would like you to use those words and write some sentences to describe